for me.
Hey. Okay, the answer right there. Who runs the world?
Girls, women, girls, females, whatever it is.
Alrighty, happy International Women's Day. Today has been set aside as a time of solidarity for us all to celebrating the social, economic, cultural and political achievement of women.
Yes, it's a day that has occurred for well over a century to celebrate womanhood, which is a focal point in the movement for women's rights all across the globe.
Yes, and what better way to celebrate this special day by having an all-powerful female host for today on the show, a day that marks a call to action for accelerating women's equality.
Yes,
it's your girl, Rukiya, the Dimples, and I tell you to choose to challenge the status quo always, okay?
Love
Happy
it.
International Women's Day.
All right, and yes, it's your homegirl right here. It's your girlfriend next door. It's the jewel in the crown. It's the hostess with the mostest. My name is Honeypot.
Yes, and my name is Amanda Dara, and today you can call me Queen Amanda. I think we can all be called queens, actually.
Honestly,
just for today, queens, right? Wear your crown, adjust it.
Yep.
Every day.
All right.
Every day.
All right, we'll start off the show probably by talking about what we got up to over the weekend. We'll check out some entertainment stories and, of course, find out the celebrities that we are celebrating their birthdays on this special day.
That's right. We'll take today's rewind. And Tweetville will be brought to us by Arike.
And then we'll begin the second half of the show by showing gratitude on the True It Up segment, then take the news recap, and in case you missed it earlier, and on today's Daily Top 5, we'll be talking about 5 women who inspired us or inspire us.
We'll also be having a special Women's Day interview, and finally on today's TSM, we'll be asking, who are the 3 women that inspire you and why? Keep it low right here. We'll see you after this break. Around the world, girls.
Alicia Keys right there, girl, on fire.
Always on fire.
Yes, so we're always on fire, right? Yes, you'd agree, right? Okay. Okay, so we're going to be telling you what we got up to over the weekend. So who starts?
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
So, my Saturday, first of all, on Friday, we did a rap battle, and I won.
You did?
You did it.
Self-acclaimed winner.
Exactly.
Wow.
But the fans have been talking about who won. But that was on Friday. Then on Saturday.
Very good.
I
said, who didn't want?
And then on Saturday, I just decided to chill in my neighborhood, not go anywhere. So I was just watching stuff all day. I was watching some gospel stuff, motivational stuff, watched some films too. Then after, I was getting very bored and I went to get a drink somewhere near my area. So that was Saturday because I knew that my Sunday was going to be super packed. And then on Sunday, woke up very late, couldn't go to church. That's why we stopped that one. And then afterwards, I had to prepare for 2 things, one premiere and one private screening. So I went to the premiere of Under the Carpet, and I went to work for the extension brand I'm an ambassador for. And that was fun, got to meet a lot of people. And then I had to rush out because the private screening of Ponzi was coming out, and I featured in that. And I was like, no, I can't miss it. And I just did like Jet Li, and then I finally got there. Thankfully, it hadn't started yet. We're still doing red carpet interviews, and it was just very interesting to be on the other side of
being interviewed.
Yeah.
You know, it was so fun. And then, of course, the other casts were there. Mawuli, Timini, Eso, Uzumaka, the director, Kayode Kasum, was there as well. And then I decided to, then eventually we got to watch the film. And hey, good dude. You know what it's like when you're watching yourself on like a
tell me the film.
It was funny enough, like we actually had like it was a good film generally, and I was happy. I'm like, yo, should go and watch it now because I like don't watch it one eye, don't watch it one eye. But I was actually happy with the way it turned out. It was a very interesting storyline. I don't want to give away much about it, but I'm proud to be a part of this. It's my first cinema film.
Well done.
And, you know, a couple of people afterwards were like, oh, well done, nice acting. And I was like, hey, thank you. So it was really good and exciting for me. And then I finished pretty late. I had to rush home because of the curfew. And yeah, woke up today. So that was my weekend for me. So you guys should go and watch it too. Friday.
We will definitely. I will send you pictures too.
Yay!
So that I can post. Why are now? We're supporting women. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So what did I get up to over the weekend? on Friday, I just was in the mood to go out. Like, I was like, I am tired of sitting at home. And someone said something to me about, if you sit at home, you will not meet people at home. Job will not come and meet you.
Oh, that's right.
So you have to go out and network. And I'm like, okay, this year we will go out a lot more. So on Friday, I went to have drinks with my friend. And interestingly, it was weird for me because if there's nothing happening outside, you won't find me outside. Like, I don't get up and say, I just want to go and have drinks.
Yeah.
It was just weird. So I was like, I'm not used to this. So she's like, no, we can just go on our own and have drinks. And it turned out to be a fun night. You know, we went to a restaurant and we had food, and then we went upstairs. I think they had like a game room. So we played games, and it was really interesting for both of us because we played Never Have I Ever. And so it was a thing where it was just the two of us. And if you've done this, tell me what happened. And I realized that I got to know more about her, and you know, vice versa. So it was really interesting for me. I had a lot of fun because I didn't expect to have that much fun. I felt it was going to be weird and all of that. And then on Saturday, you know, I went to the salon, I made my hair, and I was still gingered, like, the way last night went, I'm not moving again, I'll go out. You know, so this is my new hairdo, which is weird.
Yeah.
I feel like being some friends.
It's been a long time I've seen you in a ponytail.
Guys.
So I actually thought it was a wig at first that you parted both ways.
It's been a long time.
So I couldn't understand it at first, but now I understand.
Said, are you on a bridal train? What's going on? Did you go on a bridal
train? With this one that they put in front.
I just want to do something different. I hate the fact that I'll just be looking the same. You know, so I said, from the salon, went out again and went to have drinks as well. And then from there, someone told us about one live band spot. Where I'm like, there's live band in this Lagos.
Yeah.
That's how I went there. My brothers, my sisters, say amen. You will waka the waka that will make you money.
Amen.
Me that I like Yoruba song and I started dancing. That's how people started spraying me.
Hey!
Anyway, I shall make money. I made like 186K.
What?
Yeah. Yes, I was just dancing. My friend made 3.5.
Wow.
So yes, I was very excited. I was like, so there's even money too to be made, as in for just dancing, you know. And then I got home really late, went to bed. I woke up late, but I joined the service online. And after that, I just said, you know what, today let me just rest because last week was really crazy. It was back to back for me, you know. So I just said, you know what, let me just sleep. I slept. I watched TV. I watched plenty of Yoruba movies. Sorry, you already know. And then I just did like bookkeeping and all these accounting things for Style Hub for my business. So yeah, that's very much what I got up to. That's me doing all the record and everything.
You took yourself out.
That's my new group now. I love it.
I used to do it a lot. I used to do it a lot because sometimes, but then I stopped.
But I can't.
You made the money back now.
So please, I'm going to be going for any live band spots in Lagos.
So the day they don't now spray you, I hope you don't feel bad and come and tell us.
I will feel bad though because I cannot be dancing for free now.
Wow. So that we're dancing for. She not say her friend made 3.5. Now we start this.
Oh God, you don't understand what I just said. What you
I know. I like Jota. Like all those
no, you understand, but she does not understand.
All those people that can stand at bus stop to dance. I make money. Wow. But it's okay.
Wow.
And made money. So far money is being made.
Yes.
Okay. What did I get off to? Friday was busy for me. I wonder why I was dancing the dance I was dancing on this show because I say I had a lot to do. You know? Yeah. So I wanted to record for my YouTube. I got that done, but it was pretty late. It was I was tired. I was actually tired, but because I'd said to myself that I just want to do it like every week, and so I got that done. Yeah. And then at night, I was looking for something to just unwind with. So I had to watch episode 4 of Rukiya Laurent. Sorry. I hope that you're not already bored with this because it is episode. Yeah. So I had to like watch the episode 4. Like sometimes when I'm just tired, I'm just looking for something to so I think at the end of today, I slept. No thanks to PHCN, like the power has been no, it has been faulty, and you know that generator cannot really be like the real thing, the real deal, because sometimes you can't open because of the sound, you can't open certain windows and all that, and and you're just uncomfortable and all that, and that went on to like the weekend, and you know we couldn't pump water too, and you know, and so it was like I hate that. That's the worst. I was frustrated and miserable until it was restored yesterday, and it wasn't even still stable, but then that one is another gist for another time entirely. So Saturday, what did I get up to? So I started editing. And I still don't know whether it is what I like because it takes my whole day and all that. So I was editing, and then I think that was, and then on Saturday too, I got some of my goods delivered to customers. And okay, so the day went like that, and I went to check some property for someone. And on Sunday, I've not been going to church physically. So what I do, I've been doing that for like forever. I can't even remember the last time I stepped.
It's not Rukiya that's going to church.
No, I can't even remember the last. Throughout last year, I did not even step into church like this, but I've been going to church in spirit. So it was what I did again on Sunday. And
in spirit or online? Which one? Pick one.
No, online. So I get into and then
you gotta confirm it.
Before you start thinking that I'm a sinner now. But it's okay. It's God that has the judgment.
Yeah, I know, right?
And, okay, so I continued with my editing. And then I ran into, I've always liked, I'd watched being Mary Jane. I'd watched all the episodes, like I finished it. And so I've been running to it this week, weekends. So Sunday I ran, and I'm like, oh, it is what I enjoy. So it was
watching it again.
As I was doing other things, I was still watching it. And after I'd worked so much, only that I did not now take the picture of this, and I'm like, let me treat myself too. So I cooked for myself. I said, and I was talking to myself. I was like, hey,
la la.
go and enjoy it, because you cannot be doing all these things and then cannot come and kill yourself. And afterwards, I struggled to sleep. And then I discovered that my charger was not working again. And so I could not, my phone was totally dead. And I'm like, maybe it's just a way of God telling me that, go to bed. See your eyes wrong under, like, you know, like. So you see, I do this all the time. If I abuse myself, I abuse the hell out of these people.
Right.
So I found myself here today, and it is International Women's Day. The reason we're wearing purple, a touch of purple, and all that. So.
Alrighty, guys, that is it on Over the Weekend. We'll be checking out some of the latest stories in entertainment when we return. Stay here with us.
I'm the one for a good time call.
Yes, see her right there with Chandelier. Love it. Yes. All right, guys, it is time for the entertainment news. First up, it's not a very good news, but we move. Barry J arrested in Ghana over death of his record label boss. Nigerian singer Barry J seems to be in trouble as he's reportedly in police custody in Ghana in connection to the death of his label boss, Babatunde Oyerinde Abiodun, aka Kashi Gibson. News broke yesterday confirming the death of the CEO of Cash Nation Entertainment, stating that he committed suicide by jumping from a balcony in Ghana after battling depression for a long time. Now, shortly after that news, a video clip made its way to the internet of Barry J with a blooded mouth saying in pidgin English, "See the way this guy beat me. I didn't do anything. I was recording. I'm done with Cash Nation," insinuating that himself and his late boss Kashi had an argument which got heated and led him to getting punched in the mouth. That particular video led to the police to make the arrest suspecting that the death of Kashi Gibson might be connected with the fight with Barry J. There are now various reports from friends of both parties claiming that members of a confraternity which Barry J belonged to killed Kashi Gibson, while another claims that the fear of military police that was called on the late CEO after the fight with his artist made him jump. Just so you know, the late Cash Nation CEO was arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in June 2020 for alleged involvement in cybercrime. This story is messy, hella messy. Like, the first thing we saw was, oh, he passed on, you know, he committed suicide. I was like, I even thought, you know, maybe it was because of his case with, you know, EFCC or something like that, or maybe he got in trouble, or whatever it was, or maybe that case triggered the whole depression, until we saw videos of Barry J, you know. I'm like, what is going on? Then we heard that he's been arrested. Then friends, you know, some people said, oh, military guys were trying to arrest him, and then he decided to, he wanted to escape, and while doing that, he jumped off the balcony and, you know, died. Some other people said, you know, confraternity people, I mean, wanted to attack him based on the fight with Barry J. I'm just like, honestly, what is going on? Which one do we
As you said, it's very messy, and I think that I mean, if the police are going to do their investigation properly, be able to actually tie up those loose ends. They arresting Barry J, I'm not I mean, if he's innocent, he shouldn't be particularly too worried, because they need evidence to prove that he actually pushed someone, because suicide means that the person took their lives by themselves. Yeah. So if you're going to say that it was otherwise, then there has to be evidence that suggests so, exactly. Maybe with the autopsy or whatever it is. However, I think this is a case of unfortunate timing. You know, so they had a bad fight, and because everybody brings their fights on social media. I would do this to you, I would do that to you, and you say it with so much passion, and you don't know when it could be used against you. We don't know what happens. We're waiting to see the results of their investigation, but fingers crossed on that.
Yeah, exactly what you said. Like, we don't know what happened, but then he shouldn't be worried if he has not, you know, done that. And it's such an unfortunate one, actually, because if he did not do it, and wow, it's a bad timing. Totally.
Very horrible timing.
So be careful what you say.
Be careful.
Even if you're angry or whatever.
You know how they even say that you should even avoid fighting with people. Not that you shouldn't let people know how you feel about them, but because you don't even know what they're battling or what has. Because sometimes you know somebody has annoyed you and you just push the person, not because of the push. Something that maybe that person was already dying, and the person dies or falls down or something, and that's the end.
That's the temper, anger, you know, can be very bad. All right, we'll keep our fingers crossed on that news and give you the updates when we have it. Moving on to the foreign scene, the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry interview with Oprah. The explosive interview by Oprah Winfrey with Meghan Markle and her husband, Prince Harry, is out, and a whole lot of bombshell was dropped which would portray the British royal family in a negative way. From the revelation of Meghan living a depressed life in the palace and the often contemplation of suicide, to the concern of one member of the royal family worried about how brown or black her son Archie would be, to how the royal family were willing to lie to protect other members of the family, but weren't willing to tell the truth to protect her and her husband. Take a look at the snippet from the interview.
So were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes. This was very, very clear.
Wow.
Very clear and very scary. And, you know, I didn't know who to even turn to in that. And one of the people that I reached out to, who's continued to be a friend and confidant, was one of my husband's mom's best friends, one of Diana's best friends. When I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we had in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
who is having that conversation with you? What?
My family literally cut me off financially, and I had to afford security for us.
Wait, hold up, wait a minute. Your family cut you off?
Yeah, in the first quarter of 2020. But I've got what my mum left me, and without that, we would not have been able to do this. It's a girl.
Oh, Dad, you could have a daughter.
All right, credit to CBS and Sky News for that video. Meghan and Harry also disclosed that they are expecting a baby girl in the summer, displaying her growing baby bump during the Oprah interview. If you recall, Harry and Meghan first met on a blind date arranged by a mutual friend in 2016, and by 2018 they got married in a grand royal ceremony that got the whole world talking. You know.
Okay. This is messy.
This is another messy situation.
It's a very messy situation, and I don't even know what to make of this interview because, of course, this is one-sided, and I don't ever think that the
Queen will ever come out.
The royals, they actually bring themselves down, like, you know, to, you know, clearing the air and telling people that, oh, this is what's happened or that. So what do I really have to say about this? So it's a bit because people have their different opinions about this. So I am like, really, if you think about it, if you're going to date Harry or anybody from that family, you already know that they are royals and they already have rules and they are conservative too and all that. Do you understand? I'm not saying that they don't have their faults or something, or they might not have, you know, their lapses too. But I'm just thinking, they knew this, and then you wanted to be on your own, and then they allowed you, they gave you another place entirely to live. And so you are still, I hope not to use the word sulk, that your son would not have a title, and that you would not be given security.
I don't think she was sulking about
No,
that.
perhaps, but I'm saying that if you're going to choose to be on your own and you don't want some certain affiliation, you know, to the palace, then I think that you shouldn't even...
So, I actually beg to differ on that opinion because, I mean, we also have Kate Middleton also married into the royal family. I don't think that Kate was ever asked what the complexion of her son was going to be.
Exactly.
You know, the fact that there's a different treatment just because of her skin color, that's a problem right there. I don't think that if you're married into the royal family, you would keep that in mind because this is 2021. I mean, we all say no to racism. We're all about integration.
I did not say anything about that.
So
that
yeah,
was not what I was talking about.
That is my angle. I'm trying to say that if she's talking about these things, it's because she feels the unfairness. It's not necessarily because she moved out, but because of who she is, because of her racial profiling.
Also, I don't think that she was trying to sulk or, you know, sulking about. She was just saying, look, I was pregnant at the time, and this were the conversations. Like, this is her telling her own truth as regards everything that was happening. So it's not a thing where she maybe wanted it or expected. It's just a thing where, you know, I was just pregnant, and now they're saying, or they were saying, oh, your child is not going to get this, your child is not going to get title, which is pretty frustrating because sometimes some pregnant women, you know, are dealing with depression already while being pregnant because there's like changes going on in their hormones and, you know, body generally.
But
so
even if you are not pregnant, that will make you feel bad.
There's already like a standard issue of, oh, because of my skin color, you guys want to treat me a certain way and all of that. They tried to tie it to her being an actress and whatnot. She left the acting career just to marry this person, and still it's like, you just want to keep frustrating her. Yeah. But this is one-sided, as you said. I totally agree with you. We'd like to, as much as we know that the royals will never come out to address it.
I would love to hear that side.
It's like a trivial conversation. I think it's not trivial because this is racism, like in your face, and you are the royal family.
They're not, it's not new to them because there was Princess Diana. You know, and she went through certain things too, and she had her own truth to say and all that. And Harry has even said, in fact, from everything that actually happened to his mother. And it seems like history is repeating itself. And it's not only with them, with another set of people entirely to it has happened before. So we're just going to keep our fingers crossed here and our eyes peeled and see how this
And I do hope that they actually come out to talk about this, because the Queen a couple of weeks ago came out to address the Commonwealth of Nations, came out to give a public address to her citizens. And if they're saying that this is what's happening in your house, because come out and address it. The other day, Meghan Markle was accused of doing maltreating her staff, and they addressed it. They said they were going to investigate it. The other day, Prince Andrew was said to be sexually molesting someone. Nothing happened. So that is already a double standard right there, and I think they should address it. And I feel like I'm so happy that the person who even conducted that interview was Oprah. Yeah, absolutely. That's just where I'm going to drop that.
Well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed on that one, and we hope that the royals do come out to, you know, address this whole issue. And that is it on Entertainment News. It is now time for Celebrity Birthday Shout-outs! Yay! First on our list in alphabetical order, we have Andrea Parker, who is a year older today. Yay! The American film and television actress is known for her roles in ER, The Pretender, Less Than Perfect, Desperate Housewives, and Pretty Little Liars.
Happy birthday.
Knew her from Desperate Housewives. And when you see her, you just start pitying her. Because all of them had so many issues, and she really embodied that role right there. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Also celebrating today, Boris Kodjoe is 48 today. He's an Austrian-born American actor, producer, and former model, best known for his roles in 2000 film Brown Sugar, the Showtime drama series Soul Food, as well as co-star on BET's Real Husbands of Hollywood and the Grey's Anatomy spin-off. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Love him so handsome, hot. All right, happy birthday.
There's more to that.
Just
okay. Wow.
Just briefly.
Okay. They say everything is in order.
Yeah, everything's okay. Also celebrating today, Kemi Lala Akindoju is 34. The Nigerian actress started acting career in 2005 from stage performances before venturing into films such as Alamposa, Dazzling Mirage, The CEO, 50, Surulere, and Oloture.
Happy birthday to Lala.
2005.
And it's been a while. And wow, I just love the fact that she has a beautiful 34th birthday present from God.
Yeah,
courtesy of 2020 lockdown.
But look at that. Respect to her, grinding for what, 16 years in the industry. I love that.
She used to be one of the major. I think at some point she was the only casting director, female casting director for a while.
Wow.
At some point, yeah,
Wow.
at some point.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kemi Lala Akidoju. Also celebrating today is Praise, and he turns 37 today. Is a Nigerian multi-award-winning R&B singer, songwriter, and producer. Praise's music career hit the limelight after he finished second runner-up at the maiden season of Project Fame West Africa. You could also know him for songs as "Play That Stupid Song." Praise. Oh,
Love it.
Yeah,
Happy birthday to Praise.
Happy birthday to Praise, and happy birthday to everyone celebrating out there today. You are beautiful. And we're sending you all the love and money from Onipot and Amanda. Amanda is going to add kiss to her own. I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you God's blessings, God's favor, and all sorts of goodness. Amen.
But no money. And money too, because she earned money on Saturday.
Who is that?
You can take part of
No,
it.
you go to live band if you want to earn money.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Rewind.
Oh, wow.
Watch this.
Let's rewind. On this day in 1993, Nigerian singer Fela Kuti was arrested again on suspicion of murder. And in 1996, Fargo, directed and written by Joel and Ethan Coen, starring Frances McDormand, William H. Macy, and Steve Buscemi, was released in the US. Finally, on this day in 1997, at the Screen Actors Guild Award, Gloria Stuart won with their Founders Award. And that's it on Rewind.
Watch this.
My love, Amade Shemi, my love, baby Joe, Daku, Amade Shemi.
When people are in love,
Love is sweet.
no, you can tell.
Who be that?
Because I don't understand.
Who be that? We don't love you. We don't love you. This is the part the right place. Go left, then turn right to the bend. Follow the bend.
Don't worry, we have a lot of love right here.
But love, like for you guys, of course you know.
Agape love. God is love.
Onipo, that sounds scum. That sounds scum. As it sounds like something I would do. Wow.
What's going on with God is love.
Yes.
If you don't love God, if you don't love yourself and you don't love your neighbor, how do you want to love God? God is face front.
Guys,
On point.
welcome. I don't know what Onipo's talking about, but this is Street View, where we get into all the craziness and humor going on social media. Are you ready? Of course. Are you ready?
All right,
God is love. Are you ready?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. God is love.
Your name is
And
now
God
Jill.
is love.
G.
Like God's power. God is.
Women! Can we get to this? Jeez.
Wow, we're supposed to be celebrating women, not scumnism. So Don Fifi says, that's Fifi Money says, I'm in your area, codes. LMAO, remain there, area boy. You know those that will text them in your area?
Yeah.
Zainab now said, I'm around, Baleo, roundabout. Should we keep going? I love it.
I saw this thread, it was so mad.
And
Yeah.
people are just moving, man. That's the end of it.
Oh, I thought it was going to go like, keep
Because
going.
it was really long.
I'm in your hood. My little hoodlum. I saw so many.
People on Twitter, I don't know what you post to. I think you are living in another world already.
I'm telling you.
Moving on, this is a meme, and this baby, I don't know what's going on. Like, you say, my face when my man comes back in the car and I'm drinking his drink. When he already asked if I wanted something and I said no. This is me. Do you want? No.
Are you sure?
They are not still my friends.
No, are you
Women,
sure? No, I'm fine.
women.
Are you really, really sure? I'm going inside. No,
And it upsets them.
Women, why?
You're
sorry.
Yeah.
You just gotta love
Especially
us.
when it's like a small meal, like that person just made noodles and one egg. And
sorry.
before the person
No
went
vex.
to make it, the person was asking
No
questions. Do you want? And then the person.
You too. Why will you make one egg and
that means you're
you know
not
that
caring.
I'm here, and you already know.
You have to share.
Do you want?
No, but I just want to taste. You should know already that I would want to have a taste of it. What are you talking about? Like, you should be selfless. It's a relationship. You should be selfless.
Love it.
You should have small integrity to your face.
No, but it... Okay. Let's just keep it
on top noodles and egg. Hell,
no
integrity.
Only for I will do this thing to you. I will pay you back in your own coin. Moving on, Alaja goes, as the Yomi says, even dating the successful man is stressful. You'll be relaxing. Next thing you hear, babe, what do you assume of... Oh, no, sorry. What do you assume the financial projections for the downward crash of Brexit operations will be? Oga, I beg. Don't do that.
Now when I was dating Dangote, she not tell us what she was suffering. The downward was
she said the most intelligent
guy.
I don't feel
because they want to keep the money coming in, so they have to be, rubbing minds with you. They have to.
Lord have mercy.
You can't be there and say, "Oh, I want to marry rich man." On top nothing, empty head.
So the whole relationship will be like email.
It might not be the whole relationship, but the thing is that.
See, let me tell you, vibes and inshallah.
Because it's even hard.
Please, I know that I want a successful man, but just know that this guy.
Which one will you now pick?
No, I'll be cooking. No, I did not say that. I will not cook because you have chef.
Cook, you will clean.
Successful man has chef. No, baby, but look at body now. Look at body now.
Choose to challenge the status quo.
Look,
don't forget.
And they challenge the status quo.
How do they challenge them now?
Because it's a natural body. I don't go and do it. So, just take me out there. I don't go with you on red carpet. Okay,
on International Women's Day.
So when you ask me such questions, I'm just going to be like, okay, no, babe, what do you mean Brexit?
That's fine. And that's all right. And then you will know.
The conversation could start from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that man will not even date you because I don't even know what.
They look at body.
I'm bringing a lot to the table.
I don't hear this, Don't say that again. People, they say they want to be like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Do you understand?
And they just use their embarrassed to buy wig, to buy bone straight. I don't like it, so don't let people be talking to women like this.
Relax.
It is like, let's calm it down.
Come on, face front.
Let's move forward.
I have Gaily and I have Bid. If it's down one, I can help you.
That's all it needs to be, Ngozi.
Arike,
shame.
And I have the sense now. What are you talking about?
We're talking about sense.
As he's asking me, so I'll be asking production question.
Good.
Babe, my production manager will go, give me hard English. Give me.
Hard English.
Let's just move on.
Let's move on. I will figure it out. Let's get there. When we reach that bridge, we'll cross it. Moving on, Tonu Alokwe says, wow, if you tweet your Twitter password, it comes out as stars when you send it. See, star. Try it yourself. Brother, Batek. He typed his password. And then he said, why is mine not bringing out stars? Brother, because your head is not bringing out stars. You are not having star in your head. How can you be so dull that you tweet your own password?
You know how we talk about Twitter being a different place? I actually saw something similar. So somebody was like, oh, I just dropped my nudes. And then there was a picture where it was blank, like black pictures. And somebody now commented, sorry, sis, I don't want to disturb you, but I've been opening this picture. It's not coming out. I've restarted my phone. The thing has crashed. I've deleted space in my memory. This thing is not still coming out. Wow.
They said that it is for the rankings. But that way,
Wow.
Sorry.
Brother,
you will learn.
Let me try not be savage because this is your avatar. If I go by it, I can get why you did what you did. You get it. If you know, you know. Let's keep it moving. So somebody else says, I like my girl's thick. I like my girl's steak. Shole me. Can you carry me? Tori.
Not even
what a sickness.
One thick. Can you carry?
It's not that on engagement they say
come and help me.
Let's not be catastrophic.
Let's be guided.
Marry
what you can carry.
Because I'm not scared to be thick. It's just that part that I'm thinking about. Can you carry me? Think about it again. Let's be sure what we are requesting for. Okay. For Sherry ESQ. I like the handle. For Sherry Devina. Sorry. Moving on. Dark and bold. What an opposite. Sorry. let's just keep it moving. He said, with their court, they try to divorce you and your wife. Small COVID-19 lockdown, you go give her belly. Life not supposed to be like that now. Now you not go pay bra for Oshere again. Not for Oshere, not for Oshere to my side. What's all this?
I don't even know whether that's good or bad.
COVID. You now want
small lockdown. No. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. I'm done. I want a divorce.
I will collect my full money if I'm the lawyer. I will collect my money.
No, that's reconciliation.
This kind of reconciliation. Go pay me now. All the time when we go court and come. I'm confused. Oh, Sherry, please. When the money reach you, alert me. You know, alert me. Moving on. So, our Rash, that's Ochu Rashid, says, if I come to your house and you offer me food, don't take me serious if I open my mouth to tell you I have eaten. He insists. Brother, I must eat.
So why can't you say that you want food?
You're always shy.
They don't bring us up like that.
Exactly.
We're not brought up like that. We're not raised like that.
You'll be seeing your mother's eye in your head.
My mother's eye is bad.
You're not like, no, I'm fine. You're hungry. You're very hungry. I'm fine. Especially someone like me. Oh. All these foodies that are on this table, I'm so sorry. Because you cannot now say it with your chest. You'll be looking someone and say, if I get like you.
See, if the person insists, because the only places we ended up eating.
And you have to wait for
my mommy's mother style say, kill me. Oh, show just someone you do your eye to those people.
The worst part
is like, you tell her that yes, she's doing her to us. Then my mom will say, she more show juicy. We will say, I know. Do you know when I say, oh my jam? What children? If you don't eat it, I will beat you. We'll be like, big mommy will beat us if we don't eat. We go chop. So be like big mommy. Insist. We go chop. But we cannot just say you are hungry. Don't be like saying.
And don't ask us. Don't be asking us when you are serving it. Is it enough?
Put it.
Just put it.
Put it.
Because if you now say it's not enough, how does the person look like?
You cannot say I want more.
You can't. How?
Be as if we are hungry. So put it. Then we'll not say, do you have to take away plastic? We'll
that was another level.
If we not finish it now, go carry our girls. Can I take
Even me, I'm not on that level.
Okay.
I had a good laugh.
I did it to an adult 2 weeks ago. So when we see someone, and so they served us, and we had almost finished eating, and somebody was asking, the husband was now asking, requesting for his own food, and this person that now said, and put more for. I looked at him like,
I know I'm shame.
He now collected if we could not eat it.
Don't mind them.
The wife was looking at him somehow.
Their stomach
all the husband is seeing visitor that we went there together. They have served also. Now wanted more.
All right.
Wow. Well, that's all I have for you.
Thank you so much, Arika, for bringing this to us. Guys, it's almost 1 p.m. and which means on the other side, we will kick off with Truth Syndrome Monday, of course. And yes, we'll see you right there. Who is that person? Who is that woman that has inspired you or inspires you? And 3 of them would like to know. All right, so get your answers ready and we'll see you.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. In case you haven't noticed, we have been playing an all-women's playlist today.
Yes, that's right.
In celebration, of course, of International Women's Day. Yes. Right about now, it is time for us to chew it off, where one of us will tell the house what she is currently grateful for, because today is Monday.
Why am I screaming?
Because it falls in your lap.
Yes. Because you're usually bringing rants to myself. But today, I am being grateful.
So
love it.
Be your glory.
Oh, Amen. All right, mess. Okay, so what am I grateful for? Before Amanda will say that 100% should come to my health, my needs. So I am grateful for the mere fact that we can hope. We can be very, very hopeful. So there are so many things that we don't have, but I think it's a very big deal, and it's a very big gift if you are alive and then you can hope for those things. I don't know if it gives you joy. So I am that person who does not find things like some things are not do or die to me. So I am hopeful that things will get better, that, you know, you would get there. Like, you know, so that's ability to hope. Even if you're going to save towards some things, even if you have to take some education for you to get to a certain level, you know, that thing of being hopeful and being excited about it. That's just what I am excited about. I don't know if you understand it that well. It looks abstract.
It's not.
But then.
I mean, the popular saying says that when there's life, there's hope.
Yes.
And truly, it's a big deal, because when you're ill, that's when you really get to like see the impact of that statement. Because if you're if you don't have your health, if you don't have your life, then you can't achieve any of the dreams that you want to.
Absolutely.
So if you're feeling today that, you know, I'm at this stage and I should be at another stage, just be hopeful that I have life, I'm breathing, I can exist, so I can do more.
And
so
honestly, I agree with Amanda when she says that, you know, honeypots can actually like think deep and be thankful for this thing. In all honesty, as much as you've said it now, and I can relate to it, it's not something I'll wake up and be like, oh, I'm thankful that I'm hopeful. But then it is something very valid.
So
like,
good.
Honestly, it is the reason why we can just sleep and wake up and still be fine. It's not as if we have all that we want, you know, but that mere fact that you're hopeful gives you contentment. It gives you a lot of
peace of mind,
some sort of peace
and self-love.
So it is.
Honeypots.
Honeypots, you are deep, you are deep.
Oh, shit!
Bottom pot, you are deep.
Let me be going.
You are celebrated.
Thank you so much. You're celebrated too. Amanda actually tagged me. I was like, Happy International Women's Day. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so cute.
I tagged you too.
You're so cute, doll. She does not like that.
Doll.
No, let's stop that now.
Wow. This is what happens when women come together.
Yes.
All right, it's time for the entertainment news recap. Now, in case you missed it, this is what we had for you today.
First up, Barry J. in trouble in Ghana, arrested over the death of Cash Nation boss.
We also told you that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got interviewed by Oprah, and of course,
shout out to Tyler Perry, actually, because Tyler Perry was the one who housed them and gave them security after they left Canada and they went to America when they left the UK. All right, shout out to Tyler Perry right there.
Okay, Meghan Markle, if you're looking for siblings. Hello.
Wow.
Wow.
Because
is it so late? Because it's International Women's Day.
Exactly.
Like,
we're standing
together.
She needs a shoulder to...
My shoulder is wide enough for you. Lane here.
Lane not going across the globe to go and look for this sister.
We'll go together.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, that's all we can take. Daily Top 5 is up next, guys. Stay tuned for that. Yes, love the women's playlist happening today.
Love it.
Yes, Women's History Month comes and goes every March, but what's lasting is a support for women 365 days of the year. While the annual celebration gives us a chance to amplify the work and achievements of phenomenal women, both well-known and those who keep us going in our personal lives, it's also important to remember to honor female role models every day, no matter the time of the year. Looking back to history's heroines is one way to do so, as we reflect on the milestones some women who were responsible for so many women first. It's time to check out 5 women who inspired or inspire us. This is Daily Top 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch me.
All right, the first person on our list is Mary Mcleod Bethune, and she was an educator and civil service rights holder. And you know, so many fascinating stories about this woman, and I read about the fact that she, even in 1904, she founded the Daytona Educational and Industrial School for Negro girls in Florida, and she became the first woman to start a historical black college and university. So I was reading up about her story, and she actually had parents who were slaves. And then they decided that they were going to buy a farm away from their owners and have like their own life. And her mom used to deliver washes to the white people. So one day she's delivering the laundry and she sees a book in the nursery, and she picks it up to read, and they scold her like, no, you don't know how to read and write. And then she decided that the only difference between black people and white people is the ability to read and write. And she taught herself, and she was able to actually progress into a woman that was known as the first lady of African Americans. She was able to start her own private school in Florida. She was able to do so many amazing things that when you look back, you say, wow, this woman really fought for women.
Okay, so that is so interesting. And the reason they say that the white people just think that if you want to hide anything from the black person, just put it in a book, and they would never find out where it is, because they don't just like to read. I love the people who actually challenge all those thoughts that you see, we can't be different, and that thing that you think that you cannot do, we're going to achieve it. And this is just a fantastic.
And you can even tie it to hope, as you were talking about earlier. Absolutely. She was a slave, or the child of a slave, and look at who she became.
And I mean, this year, since we're celebrating women in terms of, you know, choosing to challenge the status quo, she did stand up to it and challenge it and say, you know what, I am going to start something different, and that is why we're celebrating her today. Number 2 on the list is Althea Gibson. Now, she became the first black person to win the French Championships in 1956 and in 1957. Now, she won Wimbledon and the U.S. National Tennis Championship tournament as the first African American. Now, without Gibson crossing the color lines during segregation and making an impact both on and off the tennis court, female athletes of color such as Venus Williams, Serena Williams, and Naomi Osaka wouldn't be able to. Yes. So these are the people that, like, you know, paved the way for the people that we're celebrating right now. Because I mean, until I read this, I didn't even know that. I'm always like, oh, Serena Williams is doing so well. But then who actually paved the way? This is this woman, and you know, we're celebrating her today as well. You can
imagine how tough it was at the time where you are probably the only, not just woman, but African woman or black woman to do this.
Absolutely.
It's a very tough thing to be able to do. So we're proud of them.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right, the third person on our list is Hattie McDaniel. Hattie McDaniel was the first black actor to receive an Oscar in 1940 for her portrayal of the movie Mammy. And then the actress Regina King also followed in her footsteps to play her character, because when Hattie McDaniel won, she didn't just win because black people voted for her. She won because she gave an amazing performance, and especially then when the Academy was not as reflective as it is right now.
So you know what I like the most about what you've just said? She did not just win because they voted for her. She won because of her performance. So this is somebody bringing something to the table, bringing value. It's not because, oh, this is our person and we're doing, oh, solidarity because this person is black. It's because that person could do something to offering something at the end of the day.
And especially in a time where films were a majority of white people, and even when you see blacks, it's such a minor role, maybe an extra, you're just walking past. So to win an Oscar was such a big deal
at the time. Yeah, absolutely. We'll go to number 4, but then we'll check that out right after this commercial break. Stay here with us. Yes, guys, welcome back. Before we went on that commercial break, we're checking out our daily top 5, and today we're sharing with you 5 women that inspire or inspired us and, you know, paved the way. We're talking about pace setters right here, okay?
That's true.
So number 4 on the list is Mahalia Jackson. Now, powerhouse singer Mahalia Jackson is hailed as the queen of gospel, and while music fans are familiar with songs and hymns such as Go Tell It on the Mountain and Take My Hand, Precious Lord, what you may not know is that Jackson played a significant role in the march, you know, in the march of in the March of Washington in 1963. Not only was she a good friend of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., as we saw in the Selma movie, but she was also the inspiration behind Dr. King's iconic I Have a Dream speech. Guys, advisor Clarence Jones reportedly said that it was Jackson who yelled from the stage, "Tell them about the dream, Martin! Tell them!"
You know how they say behind a successful man is a woman, you know? And look at that, the fact that she was even saying, tell them about the dream, because that speech is so powerful.
Yes, the strength, the authority, the power behind it.
I just learn about this.
I love it. Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Okay, the 5th person on our list is Raven Wilkerson. And today we praise Misty Copeland as the first African-American woman principal dancer at the American Ballet Theatre Company. But people like Raven Wilkerson set the groundwork for black ballerinas. Now, you can also tell that at the time, it was a very, very difficult thing to do. And Wilkerson was also one of the first African-American dancers to perform with a major ballet company, which was the Ballet Russet de Monte Carlo. I think when you even think of the word, when you hear ballet, it's not a very African thing. So at the time, imagine being a black ballerina amongst so many people, feeling like you're not dainty enough, and she was just there breaking all the status quo.
Beautiful. And I do hope that these people have inspired you, because of course we are being inspired right here. That's it on Daily Top 5. You know what? We are just going to go and watch the special interview on International Women's Day, and we'll be back after the break.
It's Man Crush Month. No, it's not. It's International Women's Day, and today we decided to bring you a special package with Yeni Kuti. Check this out.
My name is Yeni Anikulapo Kuti. Today we're talking to women because it's International Women's Day. What has been my sustainability in this industry is perseverance. I have persevered. It's, I guess, because there was nothing else I was going to do. There was nothing else I loved doing as much as I loved being a dancer. I kept at it. It wasn't easy because when you are growing in your profession, your chosen profession, people look down on you, people judge you. Don't look at it. Persevere. So perseverance is the most important thing I would say to ladies. And don't look at that glass. There's no glass. The sky is the limit. Yes, the Africa Shrine is known worldwide. I have this belief. Our Creator doesn't give you what you cannot handle. It hasn't been easy because I know during Felabration, I know the amount of calls I get from people, help me, I want to be on stage. But you see, Felabration is divided into different segments. It's a good platform. Felabration is a good platform for you to show your talent. And some people, I know people who started big artists today, their first public show was at Felabration. The A-listers, a lot of them. Am I happy that we have a day selected for women? I guess it's okay, but I think women should be celebrated every day. I think because women, without women, the world will not exist as it is. Women make the world go round. Women are the nurturers. Yes, you can celebrate women, but I think women need to be celebrated every day. My views on women in the industry and trying to show your body. See, I think everybody should do what they feel comfortable with. If you feel comfortable showing your body, go with it. But I do not think it should be the criteria. If your talent is showing your body, please go with it. If your talent is singing, sing. Look, I used to dance on stage. We used to wear sexy costumes. For me, it was not sexy costumes to entice people. It was sexy costumes to dance in and show your movements. Our talent was in the movements. And the costumes showed the movements. But it didn't mean, oh, look, I'm selling my body. I didn't sell my body. So I don't think women should feel that they need to sell their bodies to be respected in society. I think your talent should speak for itself. I would say fight for your rights. Do not accept being put in second place. Make sure you stand your ground and believe in what you do. My name is Yeni Anikulapo Kuti. Happy International Women's Day.
Oh, I absolutely love that.
That's so nice.
Yeah, and I love how she said that, you know what, do what makes you comfortable, do what works for you. However, this is what works for me now. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, freelance dancers, they used to wear quite a number of things. You know, so if you're talking about showing body, then...
No, so if you're going to do that job, you can't wear a kaftan and be...
I like... Because,
and she said something that was about the movement.
Exactly.
There was a skill to it.
It's because you're doing, it's your costume. It's a costume. It's not how I go out every day. But if that's what works for you, at the end of the day, do what works for you.
But don't sell your body.
But don't sell your body. I absolutely like that because, you know, a lot of people can just be very judgmental. I don't do that. That particular part sat well with me.
For me, I think it was when she said that women should be celebrated every day.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even know what the challenges challenges or the challenges that women are facing in their homes, in their offices. Nowadays, you have women who are multitasking, who are nurturing, who are being mothers, who are being wives, who are being career enthusiasts. Now, people very soon will have female presidents all over the world. So it's something that we should actually celebrate, the strength of a woman.
Women are nurturers, and so they can do so many things, as you said, multitasking and all that, which actually makes the world go round, as she said. Not that we're saying that we should not have the other gender right here, but we're just saying that women actually do a lot, and so you can't exclude them, or you cannot even put them in the background and say that they should not be heard. Yes, do not put them down, because they bring a lot to the table, and that is what actually matters here.
Yeah, and also to make people understand, look, women and feminists don't hate men. We're just saying that treat us equally. We're human beings too. The same things that would be wrong for a man to do should be wrong for a woman. If it's right for a woman to do it, for a man to do it, it should be right for a woman to do it. You know, stop downplaying, you know, our talent or whatever it is. There was a day a friend of mine said, you know what, I want to see how this thing works. So he told his wife, you know what, go and have fun. I always go and play football on Saturdays and then hang out with my guys. Go and do this. Let me do the work. He cleaned. He called me and said, please, how did they do him? After cleaning, he washed, he took care of the kids, he was frustrated. And that is just one day. Imagine a woman that's doing that every day. So we're not saying we're better than you or you're weaker or whatever it is. We're just saying that we're all human beings. Treat us equally. My reality is different from your reality. I can't be walking on the street and be very comfortable knowing that there's a guy walking behind me. But men can walk on the street and, you know, if a woman is even behind them, it's not a big deal. So we're just fighting for that equal right, and we're choosing to, you know, challenge the status quo.
It's just a very important time to actually address certain issues. In the sense that sometimes you're going with a guy and you're in a cab and you pay or something, and the driver expects the guy to pay or something, or is talking to the guy, or you're asking how much is the fare,
and the guy is talking to the guy,
responding to the guy, not responding to you, thinking that you should not be able to do it, or you have gone out and then you want to pay and you're saying that what's the bill, and then the person faces the guy to answer.
That happens,
and I am like, so
it happened to me, and I told the girl,
I said
I was the one that asked for the bill, so why are you giving it to him? And she's like, oh, she don't pay. Oh, okay.
So I think that it's so important to have a month like this just to talk about how these issues have been here for a very long time. I mean, we just talked about how Reverend Wilkerson was behind the speech of Martin Luther King. We didn't even know her. She wasn't even listed into this. You know, it was just about the speech Martin Luther King, and it's just the fact that women need to have equal voices.
In fact, there was this interview of Oprah I saw way back, and she was talking about how they were not going to pay her as they were paying another person on the same job with her, and they said because you don't have a family yet, you're a woman and all that. No, you don't do that. If I am doing a job as a guy and we do the same thing, pay me the equal money you pay that person. Do not say that, oh, you don't have a family yet or something. What's that even supposed to mean? When I do the job, is that how I do the job? Do I do the job based on okay, so let me take this one out? I do the whole damn thing. So please pay me my money.
Period. And that's on period.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, it will be time for Truth Syndrome Monday. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Yes, guys, welcome back. It is still International Women's Day edition of the E-Splash, okay? Yes, we're celebrating this monumental day, the International Women's Day, today on Truth Syndrome Monday. So we're asking you guys, who are the 3 women that inspire you and why? So if you are late to the party, you can still go on social media now at TVC Connect with the hashtag E-Splash on TVC. Tell us 3 women that inspire you and why they inspire you, and then I'm going to ask my women here.
Okay.
3 women that inspire you.
Let me start.
Why?
Sure.
Okay. I should start. Okay, so the first person that inspires me so much is my mother. And why would I say that? I know that people are already thinking, oh, people would mention their mother. Of course, why not? Because I believe my mother is very strong. I see what she's been doing since I was a child, you know, my formative years till getting into school and all of those things. And one particular thing that actually stood out for me was when my father passed away. And 2 weeks ago, it was 20 years my father passed. And I look back and I have a lot to be thankful for, especially with the fact that, you know, at some point she was very concerned about, oh, what would people say, especially with the fact that, oh, they will say a woman brought them up, and so she actually really wanted us to go the right way because she did not want us to be wayward or go the wrong way, and so people will now bring the blame. You know how we can be. We are Africans. We can't run away from that. And the fact that, I talk about this all the time, what African women do, or parents generally, the fact that, you know, you send your children through school, and the fact that, you know, my sibling finished university and then did not go to work immediately and went on doing masters, and my mother still paid through everything. And still, so she's always concerned about, you know, the things they do, and she was always concerned about that, and she's still always concerned about, oh, how are you living, how is it going, and all that. And it's so pathetic that in this part of the world you think that a child is supposed to be on their own and they're not making enough yet, and you still find the mother, you know, supporting the children, like, oh, because I can remember that I took one job one time, and my salary was not being paid like promptly every time like that, and then I'll go back home and collect transport fare, go to work. Like, it was a lot, like, you know. So somebody that was supposed to relax and be like, okay, so I'm reaping or this, you know, I'm giving back to, she was still the one giving me and pushing me. So my mother, first of all, my sister, she's my younger sister, but she does a lot, and I've learned a lot from her. She inspires me so much. Yeah, you'll be wondering, oh, we are from the same parents, but I did not have that culture of saving and doing this. But you know how some people just help you plan your life, like, hey, that thing that you said you wanted to do, are you still going to take that course? Are you still going to do this? So the second person. And I think I admire Oprah Winfrey a lot. I've read some of her books, and I think that, you know, I can relate to some things, especially her stories, especially with the fact that people can be vulnerable. Things happen to people, and then they can still be great. So those three people inspire me a lot.
Wow. Give her a round of applause.
With these few points of
I hope that I've been able to.
We have in the beauty and Amanda Dara. So Amanda,
thank you so much for this lovely audience. I'm so happy to be amongst you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so I have three women as well. I'm going to start off with the international one. You guys probably already guessed it. Her name is Kylie Jenner. Okay. She's a 23-year-old self-made billionaire. And I like Kylie Jenner not because of the paparazzi, not because of the controversy surrounding the family, but just because of her tenacity and her hard work. Now, a lot of people want to discredit her and say, oh, she did her body and she did this and she did that. And I'm like, who cares? The fact is that she built an empire out of her business. And, you know, it's one thing to be part of the Kardashian family and say, oh, I'm part of this big family, and whatever it is, I will get money out of it, I'll be supported. And for you to be a teenager, you are hosting shows, you are doing premieres, you are setting up your own line, such that at 19, 20, you already had a very big line. I feel like this was inspiration to a lot of young women out there to challenge the status quo, to not wait she could have married a rich man. You know, she didn't have to be a billionaire. She could have married a billionaire. So whenever I see her, I just see that tenacity, because if you watch her old videos, she has always been playing with makeup. And she's not stopping there. She has her own makeup line. She has her own skincare line. She keeps bringing up more stuff, even though you think she has it all already. And I look at her parenting skills as well with her daughter. Her daughter is so well cultured from the little things I see online. And I'm like, wow. Kudos to her at 23. Really, really wonderful right there. The second person on my list, her name is Rukiya Indima Dantata. So she's married to one of the Dantatas. I'm sure if she's watching this, she'll be cringing. She's super private. I don't know how I discovered her on Instagram. I just discovered this beautiful woman. And I kept wondering, what does she do? She posts all these nice pictures about food, you know. And then I was like, oh, she married one of the Dantatas. Okay. But then I kept on following her, and I saw that she didn't make it about her. She didn't make it about that. Her personality is on her own. You can see that she's a food lover. She set up, even though she's married to a billionaire, she set up her own institute in Abuja. She has her own tea room thing where she plays around with food. She has her own, she's the marketing director of her own farm, chicken farm. So that's what she does. She's taking over the north when it comes to poultry. And I'm just thinking to myself, and she's also a mother of 3. She looks so good. I don't know how old she is, but she doesn't show her family. She doesn't talk about her children. all she does on her Instagram page is her life. And I'm like, in Nigeria, it's very hard for you to separate, you know, your identity when you're married into that kind of family. And I really, I like that about her. And the third person on my list is my mother as well. And recently, I mean, as long as I've known my mother, the last born, I've known that one of the reasons why she stopped her school was because of her children. She actually used to have a creche, a nursery and a creche, but because it was so demanding, she didn't have time to take care of us. One of the reasons why she shut down was because of her children. And I've seen her do so many businesses and have been involved in so many careers all, you know, my life, and see the tenacity at which she pushes it. And recently, about a year ago, she's like, I'm turning 60 and I want to write my book. And I'm like, okay. And she actually has finished it. It's being published this month. And I'm just looking at it like, you are not 60 and saying, oh, my children should take care of me. You're actually still pushing hard to achieve your dreams. And I look at that and I'm like, I hope to be like that. I hope to still have that drive in me.
At that age, yeah, absolutely. Very beautiful. So for me, I mean, Onipot already touched on one of the women, of course. Oprah is, if you know me well, you know, I always say, like, her show, her growth, like her personal life, like reading through her story, you know, all that she went through, you know, being born to a mother, a single mother, and all of that, and how she, you know, she was molested, she got pregnant at a young age, you know, she lost a child at that tender age. It's enough to break anyone, you know, but to see that she kept going, and at age 19, she got her first radio job, like, and like that, she's just been growing. It's been growth and growth, and in between those growth, I'm sure that different things have happened, you know, especially from her book. So Oprah is it for me. Honestly, I absolutely love her. She's strong. And of course, she's the richest black woman in the world. Excuse you, who would not want to be inspired by that? I mean, one day I want to get to that point and be like, yes, I am the richest black woman in Nigeria, in Africa, in the world. And that is the drive for me, you know, seeing how she's been able to put together a production company, and she's doing quite a number of things. Interviews that they're effortless. They're not like interviews. And that's why a lot of people, a lot of people are very comfortable. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is, yes, I did come #1 on iTunes in terms of being vulnerable on my podcast. But the truth is, I learned that from Oprah. She's always very honest, very open. You know, she talks to her listeners like they are not there, like you're my family, you're my friend. She's not scared to break down. She's not scared to, you know, talk about certain stories or, you know, part of our lives that everyone would not be proud of, you know. So that I learned, and I put that in my podcast, and I think that is one episode that went really far, that a lot of people love, and I need to put that out there, that she inspired me to do that, and she's inspired me to know and understand that vulnerability is a sign of strength, you know. So that #2 on the list definitely is Funke Akindele-Bello. I talk about how I love her so much and how much she inspires me. You know, having to watch her as a child on, you know, I can't remember. I Need to Know. You know, seeing her and some other actors, and I'm trying to put together that particular one of the actors and herself, and I'm like, no, this growth is not from here. She did, you know, Jennifer. After that, she went into like Yoruba movies. Did that. Went into she did a Yoruba movie of her own, produced her own film, and we all thought that, oh, after Jennifer 1 and 2, that's the end. But then she did a spin-off. The series has been on for so long. I absolutely love it. There's another spin-off story from that same series called Ayetoro as well. And just seeing all of these things, I'm like, this is a woman. She's been broken too, because I know that she got married at some point, and that thing was really messy. But she came back out, you know, stronger. Came back with a bang. You know, and she wasn't scared when she was you know, trying to, you know, have a child. She wasn't scared, you know, telling people, pray for me. She would tweet about, she would post about it. And when it eventually happened, I felt like I was her sister. I was so happy, you know. And now she is the one that, you know, is stopping the, you know, her movie. Her movie is stopping the series. Because I remember when she did Omogeto, I thought that we had moved on from Omogeto. And now there is Omogeto the saga, and she's doing really great with it as well. So absolutely, Funke Akindele-Bello is one woman that inspires me to do better, to work hard, and to grow in terms of everything. Who's your last woman? Yeah, of course, you already know. I talk about her every day of my life. My mother, she's absolutely amazing. I won't go into it because, I mean, because of time and whatever it is, but she's the most selfless human being I know. As selfless as she is, she's still, like, my mom has been actively working since I was a child. And I don't know how she does it. The care, the attention, everything has been balanced. Like, I don't know how you do it, Mom, but you inspire me a lot. How you go to work and still take care of us. It's absolutely beyond me, and I absolutely love her. So guys,
So we'll also love to hear from you guys. When we return from the break, the phone lines will be open, and we'll also be talking or taking your tweets and, of course, your Facebook messages. All of this after the break.
You see the happiness in me.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. It's still Truth Central Monday.
Yeah.
And we have been asking, who are the 3 women that inspire you and why? And, of course, it's now time for us to take your messages on social media.
Okay, so let's go to Facebook first because we have a lot on Facebook. Flawless Blaze says that my mom, because she's always there, even when I think I'm doing the wrong things, she's always pushing me to be the best version of myself. And she can go through anything just to attain her goal. And the ladies of East Splash are also a great source of inspiration. Oh, thank you. So sweet. And then it says, and Amanda, last week's TSM, when I said I could make my tongue into a flower, I meant this.
I can see the picture.
So we'll definitely post it maybe on our Insta story or something.
Wow.
That is interesting. Okay. Also, we have Abubakar Uthman Olamilekon who says, my mom inspires me to be a hardworking and upright man. I'm also inspired by former Liberia President Sirleaf Johnson that there is no limit to what you can achieve. And finally, I'm inspired by the ladies of your view that when you train a girl child with education and moral values, then this country will be a better place to live in. I absolutely agree with you. Mike Cynthia on Facebook also says, my mom, because she's very hardworking and she inspires me. Aunt Landa, because she's always there for people. Aunt Chichi, because she's my mentor. And then Tokwe Mark Odige, her success story is such an inspiration to me. Absolutely love that.
All right, so we've got Ogbanje Smallwich, right?
Wow.
Okay. My mom, motherhood is one big reason, teaching me the right steps and guiding me through becoming a man of values, the place of a woman. Okay, take care of a woman. My wife, or baby mamas, for the 4 of them. So I've given me the most precious kids, Maya, Lulu, Angel, Giovanni, and Rain Jr. They are my big inspirations. Happy International Women's Day, Afoladili.
Oh, so sweet. All right, moving back to Facebook, we have this one from Miso Machuku Favor, and she says, my mom, the way she addresses issues is totally encouraging. We mix my dad and his family respects her for that. I also have Jennifer Wingett, my role model. She's an actress. She was born in the TV world, and her dedication to every work really challenges me. I started loving her as Maya in Bendia recommended it for me. She also likes Dora Akinyuli, who is the ex-director of NAFDAC. She showed me a great example of a leader. I respect her a lot. God bless you all. East Splash is the best show ever.
Farida Zakiola here says, my mom is my #1 and 2. She always tells me that, Farida, don't depend on anyone. Learn to walk alone and add God to power everything you do. Then you'll see that you'll be okay. I love you, Mom. And the 3rd person is our East Splash ladies. I love them. I get a lot of things from them. Okay, so
thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I can move back to Facebook.
Of course.
This one is Vibes with Izzy. Says, my mom, she has taught me a whole lot. Her advices has really helped me. I love you, Mom. Amanda, I love the way she carries herself, and she inspires me to create my own skincare brand. Go get it! And all the young girls doing well and making women proud. Happy International Women's Day. Same to you.
Women's Day. And finally on Facebook, we have Oyeni Feitayo Olumuiwa says, my mom, our ability to sacrifice needs to be studied, or to study rather, Pastor Mrs. Folu Adeboye and Pastor Mrs. Faith Oyedepo, my spiritual mommies.
All right, we've got Paul Omaujo Emmanuel who says, Tiwa Savage, I like her style. Richard Odonigier here says, mom, but no mom, but my wife. All right, the catalyst here says, my mom, my wife, and Kate Henshaw, because there are 3 women. These 3 women are true definition of Orishabi Yakosi.
Okay. I absolutely love today's show.
Yes.
I love the TSM topic, and I love how we've made people go deep to just like go through it.
To celebrate women.
Celebrate women and say the women that inspired them.
Oh, wow. Such a beautiful one. And right now we have to round up the show. It's been a fantastic one, International Women's Day. And we're not leaving it to today alone. We're going to be celebrating women every blessed day. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. It's been so wonderful. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to do this. On behalf of these queens that I have done the show with, Queen Amanda Dara, Queen with the dimples. My name is Honeypaws, but Queen Honeypaws.
Yes,
the crown.
And that's our period
tomorrow.
Queen.
Queen.